Good morning, everyone. Can you believe it's day 3 of our workshop? I can't, it's just gone so quick. So today we're looking at strength and control. So this session today is probably the most challenging. It's going to work our upper body, those muscles in the upper body, so we're going to feel strong in the upper body and the upper back, and also it's going to work those abdominal muscles, which we haven't really done yet, have we? So we're going to do a little bit of that today. So I'm just going to hang on a minute. Just wait for everyone to hop on who's going to join us today. Now I've got my pad with me again. Yesterday it stopped working and I couldn't see who was on, and I couldn't see any of your comments, so at the moment it's working. So I know some of you have already joined me. So say hello, let me know that you're joining in live with this morning. Just pop in the comments below, just say hello, good morning. And then we'll get started in a minute. Now, I'm really excited about today. I love doing strength work. I like upper body strength. I don't know why. I just really like all those sort of exercises. So I'm buzzing this morning. I can't wait to get started. I'm only going to do 5 exercises with you again today. But I'm going to ask you at the end of the session, like I have the previous 2 days, to pick your favorite exercise. Okay, so you're going to pick your favorite from today. So at the end of today's session, you will have 3 exercises. So you'll have picked your favorite on Tuesday, Wednesday, and on Thursday. So those 3 favorite exercises that you have, you can carry on doing them over the next week, over the next couple of weeks. Just carry on doing them, okay? And just to keep everything moving, so that everything feels stretched and you gradually feel a little bit stronger in your body. Okay, have we got anyone saying hello? Is this working? Let me just refresh my page. Oh, there we go. Are they popping up? There we go. Morning, Stephanie. Morning, Alison and Sue, Carol, Yvonne and Annette. Wonderful. Okay, a few more people on there as well. That's wonderful. Okay, so I've got my list so I don't forget to tell you anything. So, right. Catch up on the replay. Catch up on the replay. Yes, don't forget. If you've signed up for to get the replays, I'm going to send today's replay out to you again a bit later this afternoon. But also, in today's email that you'll get with that link to this replay, I'm also going to put the link in for tomorrow's Zoom session. So don't forget, we're not live in the group tomorrow. It's on Zoom. Okay, so we'll be able to meet. You can ask me any questions. So that's tomorrow. So the link for Zoom will be in that email. It'll be coming out this afternoon. So have a look out for that one if you want to join me. If you really want to do that Zoom session, but you just can't make it tomorrow, that's okay. The link to sign up for the Zoom class is in the group. I popped it in there yesterday. Sign up because I'll send you the replay if you can't make it. Okay, I'm not going to share that in the group. That'll just be via email. So if you just want the replay, then just sign up, send me your email, and then I can forward that link to you. Okay, so I'll do that this afternoon for you. Okay, we've got lots of people hopping on now, so I think it's time to make a bit of a start, isn't it? So today we're doing strength and control. Okay, now strength is really important. Okay, often when I say strength, I worry sometimes that people think I'm talking about lifting lots of weights, getting really muscly. But it's not that at all, not in Pilates, okay? What we want is to maintain our strength in our bodies so that we have good control over our movements. And long term, it will help us to prevent injury and illness. So that's really why we're doing it, just to stay strong in our body, particularly around the joints. On Tuesday, on our first session, we did all the stretching, we did the flexibility and lengthening out the body, which is great at getting a good range of movement. So you can move your arms well, open out the hips. We did all of that on Tuesday. But we need that strength. We need to strengthen the muscles around the joints so that they're nice and supported, so that we've got control over those movements. So that's really what strength is about when we're talking about doing strength work in Pilates. That's what I'm talking about, okay? Now, yesterday we did all the work on the spine, didn't we, on our back. We focused on that area. So that is another area that we need to strengthen, is we need to strengthen our lower back. Because if we have any problems with our back, it's usually the lower back that we have trouble with. We didn't really talk about strength yesterday. We were just focusing on the mobility and a bit on that. But really we need to strengthen the abdominals as well, because by strengthening the abdominals, it will help to support the back. If you remember yesterday, I said the lower back muscles are really quite small. They're not really designed to bend over and pick up heavy things, okay, because they're so small. That's why if you do a lot of gardening, a lot of digging, or you go around and you're picking up heavy pots, you'll feel it the next day in your lower back. It's just because those muscles aren't really designed to lift heavy weights. What you need to do is strengthen the abdominals. Okay, so if you're nice and supported through the abdominals, that will help to support your lower back. And that's what we're going to do a little bit of today. We're just going to show you a couple of exercises just to help strengthen the abdominals. Okay, so it's all about strengthening those core muscles. So it's almost like you're building up a corset of strength all the way around the center of the body. Okay, now before we move on, let me give you another example of why strength is important. I get a lot of people who come to my class and then they realize they've got to get onto the floor. And most people say to me, oh, I can get down on the floor, but it's getting up, which is a problem. Now, for the majority of people, the only reason they can't get up off the floor is because they've lost the strength in their legs. Okay? So all we need to do is strengthen those legs, strengthen the muscles around the knees, around the hips, and also the big gluteal muscles in your bum. Strengthen all of that up, and you'll find it's a lot easier to stand up and to get up off the floor. Okay, I have a lot of ladies who have been to my classes who've said that to me. And yes, in the early days of starting Pilates, they do have trouble. Sometimes they need to hold on to something to stand up. But I've never had anyone, after they've been coming, it might sometimes for some people it takes a little bit longer. It might take a little while, several months. But I've never had anyone who hasn't been able to get up off the floor unaided. Okay, they've strengthened the lower body, they've strengthened the lower back, and I've got a nice way of getting you up off the floor. And I've never had anyone who can't do it. Everyone has been able to get up just simply because they've strengthened their legs and their hips. And for the majority of people, that's all it is. Over time, we just stop using our legs. We don't strengthen them. And that's all we need to do. We need to get that strength back in the legs so we can get back up off the floor. Okay, that's strength. That's why we need to do it. Let's get started. Now, before we start, I'll move that over there, out of my way. How are you feeling today? Think back to how you felt on Tuesday. Okay, when you got up out of bed on Tuesday morning, how were you feeling? Were you feeling a little bit stiff, a little bit tired in your body, a little ache here and there? We've done a couple of sessions now, so how are you feeling today? Hopefully you're feeling a little bit better. You're looking forward to today's session, feeling nice and relaxed at the end of it. Maybe you woke up this morning feeling a little bit more energized for the day. Okay? See how you're feeling, check in with your body, see how you're feeling. We're going to do our little session now, and we're going to see how we're feeling at the end of it. Now, all you need today is your mat or something to lie on and your hand towel. So we're going to start off today's session in that all fours position, which we did yesterday. Okay, so we're going to start off in that position again. So let's set ourselves up then, shall we? So we've got, I'll shuffle forwards a little bit so you can see me well. Okay, so we want to set ourselves up. Now you can see I've rolled my towel up again like I did yesterday. As I explained, it's just to take a little bit of pressure out of the wrist. So if you want to do that, you can roll it up, put the heel of the hand on the towel so it just takes that pressure out of the wrists. Okay, so we want hands directly underneath the shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips. Now, make sure you're not sinking in the middle. Okay, see now I've got that big arch. I'm dipping down, don't want that. So more of straightening out the back, but we don't want it completely straight. We just want a little curve in the lower back. So now just feel like you're sucking your navel up towards your spine a little bit. Now we're looking down at the mat. Okay, so when you start, look down at the mat. Make sure your head isn't dropping. Keep it nicely lifted. Now, as we're doing these first few exercises, all I want you to think about as you're doing them is keeping your body as still as you possibly can. We're going to start with some hand pedals. So all we're going to do now is we're going to swing one arm forwards and then swing it back down. And then swing the other arm forwards and swing it back down. And that's all we're doing, swinging the arm forward. So it's a nice simple exercise, okay? But what we need to do is we need to keep the body as still as we possibly can, okay? So we don't want the hips to sway from side to side. Keep everything as still as you can. Now, just be aware of your shoulders as well. So I want you to draw your shoulders down away from your ears as much as you can. And if you do that, that will help to stabilize the upper part of the body a little bit for you. Okay? So just by trying to stabilize the body and stay completely still, you're using an awful lot of muscles. Okay? Wonderful. Okay, should we just do one more? Here we go. Swing on forward and return. Hand comes down on the mat. Keep the shoulders down now, away from the ears really well. Keep that stillness through the body. We're going to work the legs this time. So we're going to do swimming legs. We're going to keep the foot in contact with the floor. And all we're going to do is slide one leg away. So you get it nice and straight. And then slide it back in. Then we do it on the other leg. So we slide the leg away and slide it back in. And again, slide the leg away and slide it back in. Wonderful. So we want the legs as straight as possible as they go out. But again, we want to keep the body as still as we possibly can. Now keep the shoulders down really well because that's going to make you feel nice and strong in the upper body now. Okay, don't let the hips sway from side to side. Keep everything nice and still. So just by thinking about keeping everything still, you're actually using quite a lot of muscles around the center of the body. The abdominal muscles will be working. Those muscles in your back will be working and in your shoulders. Wonderful. Okay. Should we just do one more on each leg? Here we go. Nice straight leg. It goes out and returns. Last one. Take it out. And return. Wonderful. I think we'll have a little shell stretch this time. So we'll just sit back towards the feet. Relax the arms down. And we'll just give the wrists a little roll around just to take the pressure out of them a little bit. Okay. Ready for the next one. So this time we're going to combine those two exercises, but we're going to challenge our coordination this time. So we're going to work opposite arm to leg. So we're going to set ourselves up in the same position again. So this time I'm going to swing one arm forward, but I'm going to slide the opposite leg out, okay? So this is more challenging, okay? You've just got to balance on one hand, one knee, keeping that nice stillness through the body, okay? And keeping the shoulders down, staying nice and strong as you do it. Okay, are we ready? So you can start on either arm and leg. It's opposite arm to leg though, remember? So here we go. Let's swing one arm forward, slide the opposite leg away, and then come back to that starting position. Wonderful. Off we go again. Opposite arm and leg moves away, and then we bring it back to center. And again, lengthen out the arm and leg, and bring it back to center. And again, lengthen out the arm and leg. and bring it back to center. Wonderful. So remember, you want that stillness through the body. You want to keep those shoulders down, away from the ears, as much as you can. Here we go. Lengthen and return. Lengthen and return. Should we do one more on each side? Lengthen and return. Last one. Lengthen and return. Fabulous. Okay, I'm going to sit back into shell stretch again. Okay, relax the arms down. Give the hands another little roll around. Take the pressure out of those wrists. And then we'll come back up to sitting. Wonderful. So that was a little bit of strength work for the upper body. And that stabilizing that we've done, staying nice and still, has also worked the muscles around the center of the body, around the hips as well. Okay. So this time, let's focus on those abdominal muscles a little bit more, because we haven't done that really at all, have we, this week? So fold your towel this time. You're going to rest your head down on your towel. Okay, and we're going to lie on our back this time. Now we're going to set ourselves up like we've done before when we've been in this position. Our feet and knees are hip width apart, and we're going to find that neutral position again, which I've been talking about the last couple of days. Okay, so we're just going to tilt the pelvis backwards and forwards a little bit. Okay, and then just finish with just a little curve in the lower back there. So just so that you can slip your hand under, it just be tops of the fingers that would go under. Okay, you won't be able to slide it all the way through. Okay, on the down by the side, just for a second. Okay, relaxing the shoulders down. Now we're going to do a little curl. Okay, so what we're going to do for this one, we're going to support the head, because I don't want you to get any tension building in the neck on this one. We want to have that head nice and relaxed as we're doing it. So I want you to interlock your fingers, and then I want you to take your hands and just rest your head in your hands. Now I've got my elbows nice and wide, because I find if we have the elbows pointing up to the ceiling, it's really easy to pull on our head, and we don't want to do that. So if you've got the elbows wide, it stops us from pulling. Now, before you start, let me just show you what we're going to do. You've got to rest your head heavy in your hands, okay? So your hands take all the weight. You're going to curl your head and shoulders up, and you're just going to look between the knees, and that's as far as we're going to go. We're not going to curl up any more than that. As you curl up, watch your abdominals, okay? You've got to make sure that they stay nice and flat. Keep them all pulled in nicely. Don't let them bulge and pop out. If they bulge and pop out, then you've lost that support in your lower back. So you've got to feel like you're sucking your navel down towards the mat on this one. Okay, are we ready? Shall we have a little go? So here we go. So we're going to curl just a little bit. We're going to look between the knees and then curl back down. And then we go again. So we curl the head and shoulders up. We're going to look between the knees and then curl back down. Off we go again. So as you curl up, we're only coming up a little bit. Now have a glance at the abdominals this time, okay? Just imagine that you're sucking that navel down towards your spine. Make sure that you can't see your abdominals bulging out, popping up, okay? We don't want any movement there. So you've got to suck them down to the mat rather than letting them pop out. Should we do a couple more? So the head is still resting heavy in the hands, so you shouldn't have any tension building in the front of the neck. Here we go. Last one. Curling up and back down. Wonderful. Now keep your hands where they are. Just relax the arms out to the side if you can, just for a minute, because that gives you a really nice stretch through the chest, that does. Now this time we're going to have another go at those, but we're going to add in some legs this time to make it a little bit more challenging. We're going to do just some little knee floats. So we're just going to float the knee up just like that, and each time we float the knee, that's when we're going to do our little curl. So here we go again. So let's curl up, floating the knee, and then lower back down. Then we switch legs. So we're going to curl up and float the knee, and then curl back down. And again, curling up and back down. Wonderful. So again, make sure you're resting the head in your hands. So you should probably feel now that the arms are working really hard, holding your head, supporting it as you curl up. Wonderful. Should we just do one more on each leg? So hopefully now you can also feel those abdominals working. Here we go. Last one. Wonderful. Release the hands. Let's hug the knees into the chest. So you can have the hands on the top of your knees there, or you can have them underneath and hug the legs in that way, whichever way you find is easier. Hug them in nice and tight. Just relaxes those abdominals a little bit. Okay, we'll bring the feet down. Let's have a full body release this time, shall we? So we're going to straighten out both legs. We're going to send the arms overhead. We're going to have a nice big stretch through the length of the body. And then we'll bring the arms down. And we'll bring the feet back in. Bending the knees again. Just resting on your mat for a second. Let's just rest here for a minute. Let's just focus on our breath for a second. So I just want you to take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And breathe out through the mouth. And again, breathing in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Now let's add some arms in on the next one. So as you breathe in, float the arms up, send them up and overhead as far back as they will go. And as you breathe out, bring the arms all the way back down onto the mat. And again, breathing in, arms go up and over. And breathing out as they come back down. Here we go. One more time. Breathing in. And breathing out. Wonderful. Relaxing the arms down. Wonderful. Okay, now when you're ready, roll onto your side and push yourself back up to sitting. Wonderful. Oh, that last little bit with the breathing. I find that really relaxing, that. Right, okay. So, let's check in with ourselves again, shall we? How are you feeling now? How are you feeling after that? Was it 10 minutes again? Okay, just that short session, how does your body feel? Okay, maybe you can feel like you've worked that upper body now from that all-fours position we were in when we started. Maybe you can feel you've worked those abdominals, you felt them on that last set of curls when we floated the knees up. How are you feeling? Are you feeling more energized? I find that the strength work always gives me a lot more energy. I'm always raring to go afterwards. So just check in with yourself. How do you feel now compared to how you felt at the beginning of the session or this morning when you got up? And just remember what that feels like. Okay, so that is the end of our 3 sessions this week. It's our last session in the group, okay? But don't forget, tomorrow is on Zoom, okay? Now, oh, I almost forgot the daily task, okay? So what you need to do now is, out of those exercises that we've done today, is pick your favorite exercise again. Okay, so it might be one of the all fours, it might be one of the curl up exercises that we did at the end. Doesn't matter which one it is. Again, pick the one which made you feel really good. Okay, pick that one. So what I want you to do later on today is to take today's exercise, but also the exercise that you picked on Tuesday and Wednesday. So you've got 3 exercises now. And do those again a little bit later today, a bit later this afternoon before you go to bed. So just a minute on each exercise. So that's only 3 minutes, isn't it? I'm sure we can squeeze that in to the day. Okay, have a go at those. Do them again before you go to bed this evening. Now you've got those 3 exercises, so don't forget about them. Okay, even though our workshop is coming to an end now, I want you to carry on doing those exercises. Keep doing them next week. For the whole of November, just keep them going. Even if you can't manage it every day, maybe every other day, or every 2 or 3 days, come back to them and just spend 5 minutes doing your 3 favorite exercises. And hopefully, if you can stay consistent with that exercise, you will start to feel better in your body. You'll feel more relaxed. You'll feel like you've got a bit more flexibility. You feel a bit more supple, and you're starting to get a little bit stronger. So that's your challenge. See if you can keep those 3 exercises going. Wonderful. I'm just glancing up my notes because I don't want to forget anything. I've got so much I want to tell you today. Now, before we finish, I've got something really exciting that I want to share with you. Now, if you've enjoyed these 3 sessions with me today, I would like to invite you to carry on working with me and doing a little bit more Pilates, to carry on and just keep the momentum going now. Today I am opening the doors to my online membership. I was going to save it until tomorrow and announce it on the Zoom session, but I know not everyone can make it, so I thought I'll do it today. So my online membership is open now. So when this session finishes this morning, if you've signed up for the workshop, you'll have an email in your inbox waiting for you to find out all about the membership. I'll tell you briefly about it now. It's a monthly membership, and in there are lots of workouts for you to take a look at. It is suitable for you if you are brand new to Pilates, or you've only done a little bit. You can start right at the beginning with my introductory course. It will teach you the basics. It will take you step by step through all of the Pilates principles, and then you'll be able to progress on to more advanced exercises. If you've joined me this week and you found some of the exercises are a little bit too easy for you, probably because you've been doing Pilates for a little while, I also have my improver section in the membership. So you can jump straight into there and you can do more challenging workouts, more strength workouts, a bit like we've done today. Okay, so there's something for everyone, whichever stage you are at in your Pilates practice. The great thing about the membership as well is that it also includes the Zoom sessions. So each week I do 2 live Zoom sessions. I have a beginner's one, I have a more advanced one. So you can join in with those each week. If you can't make it, don't worry, you're not going to miss out on those because I always record them and I post them into the membership. I also add new content every week, so there's also always something new for you to take a look at. And every month we have a challenge. Okay, so you've got a whole month to work on a challenge. This month, I've just posted it today, actually. I've just shared it in the membership, and it's, what have I called it? Your Strong and Healthy Spine. That's it, I almost forgot what I called it then. So that is in the membership for November as well. So there's lots to take a look at. So I just want you to have a think now. You've done your 3 days with me. We've only done 3 sessions. That's all we've done. We haven't spent a lot of time exercising. It's always been me talking a lot of the time. But it's given you, hopefully, a sense of what it is like to practice Pilates regularly. Bearing in mind, we've only done that 10 minutes, so it doesn't take much at all, does it? Just a few minutes every day or every other day. So if you're feeling good now, after 3 days, imagine what you would feel like after 3 weeks of doing Pilates regularly, okay, staying consistent with that practice. How do you think you would feel? You would feel more supple, perhaps. Maybe you start to feel stronger in your body. It will help you with all those things that you do every day. If you're a keen gardener, which I know there's a lot of gardeners who work in my Facebook group, you spend loads of time in the garden, it will help you there. It will help to support your back so you won't wake up the next day with that stiffness in your lower back. If you've got a four-legged friend, like I've just got one recently, I'm off walking all the time with him now. But if you keep you active and you keep practicing your Pilates, it will keep you strong in your body. So when you're taking him up those hills on that ground that's a little bit uneven, then you'll feel more stable, you'll have better balance, and you'll be able to go walking for hours on long walks, carry on taking the dogs out. Okay, and maybe one of the most important things for a lot of people is getting down on the floor. A lot of you probably got grandkids. Wouldn't it be great to get down on the floor, have a little play with them, knowing that you can get back up easily off the floor? It can have quite a big impact on people's lives. And I know because I've had lots of people come to me. A lot of people come with health problems. I get people with arthritis, with MS, or with Parkinson's, osteoporosis, and all of them have found some benefit from practicing Pilates regularly. Pilates isn't a quick fix. It's a long-term solution to keeping your body mobile, flexible, strong, and just to keep you fit, healthy, and active as you go through your life into your 70s, into your 80s, which is what we want, isn't it? We want to keep active. We want to keep doing the things we love and stay independent. So have a little read of that email that's popped into your inbox this morning, and just have a little look at the membership. Okay, I'll leave that with you to take a look at. Don't forget, it's Zoom tomorrow. I hope lots of you are going to join me. It's going to be great. I'm going to put all of the exercises together, maybe not all of them that we've done this week, but certainly a good selection. And I'm going to throw in some more which are a little bit more challenging for you. So I hope you can join me for that. I think that's it. I'm going to leave you now, okay? Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you on Zoom tomorrow. Bye for now.